Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. So before we get started on today's project, which is kind of decorating around the wood burning hot tub, which we have been loving, not as a hot tub, but as a cool tub, almost like a pool, because it's been so hot. So the girls will just jump in there when it's really hot to cool off. I've been jumping in there when I just want to cool off. It's been so nice. So before we get to that, I just have a couple of updates I want to give you all. I just have a ton of things that I want to update you on, like the cats, like I have a little PSA for you all. So just real quick, I'll be real quick before we get started with our project. First off, explaining this mess behind me. So we have our entire metal workshop taken out because we're finally starting to work on it. And I'm so excited to finally get it done because we have been living in chaos with our gardening supplies for almost the past year. We've almost been here a year now. I can't believe it. But Jason has been working super hard and he's gotten the whole metal workshop all cleaned out, all cleaned. We have a lot of plans for it, you know, putting stuff on the walls, organization. If you all remember our organization at our last property in our garage, we did one wall of our garage. We're going to do kind of like a budget version of that. But I'll link that video down below if you want to take a look at it, because that's kind of what we're going to be doing. So that's why there's an entire mess. I just wanted to tell you all why there's such a mess out here, if you see it behind in the project today. And then I did want to talk to you all about the cats. I can't show you the cats because they're never here during the day. They only come out at night. Brian and Crookshanks, we still have not heard about Hagrid, the third barn cat that we were supposed to help. So that's unfortunate. But Brian and Crookshanks are doing really, really well. We come out, we feed them every night, and then they eat it all up. I have a feeling there's another cat or two coming around eating up some food and stuff. Crookshanks is kind of skittish. He, you know, when he comes around, he'll let us pet him and everything like that. But he doesn't, I don't know. I think he doesn't like Monty, honestly. But Brian is the other cat, and he is just the sweetest thing. He comes around all the time, and I'm telling you all, he's a barn cat. And I keep having to tell myself that because he's just the sweetest cat and I want to take him inside and cuddle with him, you know, and it's like, okay, Janie, he's a barn cat. So anyway, we are going to be setting up like a whole sleeping area for when it gets cool, too cold in the metal workshop and all that kind of stuff. So that is why everything is kind of a mess out here. But it's just a project that we're working on, and it's not, you know, it's like a multiple week project basically. So we will be filming that. That should be coming out. Next thing I wanted to talk to you all about is kind of a PSA, a health PSA, I'll say. A couple weeks ago, about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, Jason and I were spreading some wood chips, some mulch in our front garden. And we had been getting wood chips from Chip Drop, Arborist wood chips, and it's great. It works really well. This load, though, was very dusty. I don't know if it sat there for too long in the heat and it started breaking down. But you can see in the video right here how dusty this was. And as we were doing it, I remember thinking, like, Janie, you should put a mask on. This is ridiculous. But, I mean, this is not a good excuse. We were just trying to beat the heat. We were trying to get out as soon as we possibly could, get out of the heat. So I didn't do it. And actually, I started feeling ill as we were doing that project, as we were spreading all the mulch. And I started feeling it in my throat, and I started feeling it in my lungs, actually. So we decided to stop. But literally from that moment on, I haven't felt good. I've felt sick. I felt run down. I felt really fatigued. I couldn't breathe well. I couldn't take a deep breath. And I thought that I had just irritated my lungs, but it wasn't going away, and it wasn't going away. Even at Cultivate, I wasn't feeling 100%. And so finally it had been like 2 weeks, and I contacted my doctor, and my doctor told me that, she said, in California, there's a bacteria or fungus or something that can be in wood chips that you can inhale. I guess it's pretty common. And so she diagnosed me with walking pneumonia, which is crazy. So I started on antibiotics and immediately felt better, immediately felt more like myself after like 2 days of antibiotics. So I just wanted to say that we still have some more of the pile up there, but when we spread it, you know, we're going to be wearing good masks because, yeah, it just hit me. It just hit me so fast. So I always talk about how great wood chips are and Get Chip Drop is and how much I love it. But I do want to say wear a mask while you're spreading the wood chips, especially if you live in California. Okay, and then the last thing I wanted to tell you all, I'll be very quick. We do have a merchandise drop coming. We've been working really hard on getting some new fun products, getting some more products in stock, and I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be next weekend that we're going to do a drop. I just wanted to give you all a heads up and let you all know that it is coming. So my goal for my merchandise store is to not have so many like merchandise drops where you know, things sell out really fast. I announce it and then things sell out like within an hour or two, which is great. I appreciate it so much, but I also want you all to have access to the stuff. So we've been trying to stock more and more and more things so that we don't sell out as much. Hopefully, you know, I mean, we're kind of limited because we're just a small shop, and the stuff that we you know, to like have inventory, it costs money, and, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So we're just kind of getting it figured out. But we have such cool new things coming up. But I just wanted to give you a heads up and let you know that we have been doing some soft launches, which is basically where like we'll just kind of restock some of the things that were out of stock before, just so if you wanted to grab some of that stuff. Just want to let you guys know that, but also to know that there is some stuff that had sold out before, like the water bottles, and they are back in stock. So anyway, those are my announcements. Thank you for bearing with me. Now let's get started on today's project. So earlier this year, we got a wood-fired hot tub from the brand Goodland. I met Craig Pierce, who is the owner-creator of Goodland in Seattle at the Northwest Flower and Garden Festival, and I immediately became obsessed with his products because they are so beautiful and they are so, I don't know, like it's called the pursuit of pause is what he calls it. And all of his products are trying to get you to kind of slow down, pay attention to nature, and really focus on, you know, what you're doing at the time. And that's what the wood-fired hot tub is for, is to get you to slow down and really make it the whole thing a ritual. And we have definitely been doing that. Now, since it's been hot, like triple digits, 110-ish, we actually have been using it as like a cool plunge, a pool. We haven't actually done the ice plunge thing yet, but we've been using it as a cool pool. We have used it a couple times as wood fired, but because it's so hot, I just love the versatility of it. So it's been so great. Jason and I put down a little patio that we are going to extend. You know, as soon as the weather cools down. It was just far too hot to continue with this patio. But one of the things that I wanted to do around this hot tub is put a metal screen. That was part of the design that Michael Glassman had made for us when he designed our landscape. He recommended a hot tub right here, and then put a metal screen behind just to create some intimacy and privacy from the goats next door. And so I knew I wanted to do that. I wasn't quite sure about the regular hot tub. Jason doesn't like regular hot tubs, so that kind of was part of it. But so when I saw this wood-fired hot tub, I was all gung-ho for it, and I'm so glad we got it. So it's taken us a while to kind of figure out what screen we wanted to do and pick out the screen. Michael Glassman works with a gentleman named Matt, who does all of his metalwork, and he does an absolute beautiful job on Michael Glassman stuff. So I called him to see if he would create a screen for me, and he said absolutely yes. He helped me design it. He helped me pick out the pattern that I wanted, and he actually came and installed it. And so if you all want his number and his contact info, I'll put it in the description down below. But you can see right here, the guys are installing the screen, and I am just so obsessed with it. So here it is this morning. I just think it looks so good. So what I wanted kind of like an olive leaf, olive branch motif. And that is because I have all these olive trees in my garden, and I think it's so beautiful. And I think it just goes with kind of the decor, you know, that I'm going for, this kind of California style ranch home. So what Matt and I, at first I asked him to do all black, like an all black screen. And then he said, well, what about rusting the middle screens, the middle parts of it? And I said, yes, absolutely beautiful. So he ended up rusting the screens here, and then we have the metal black frame, which is so beautiful, and the workmanship is so gorgeous. And you can see they're just kind of concreted in right here. We did have to take out this edge right metal edging, and then again, this whole area is going to be decomposed granite all the way up to that pathway. We're probably not going to get to that until winter or something like that. And then this patio, we're going to actually extend it out further this way. We've decided it needs to come out a little bit further, and then we're going to take it all the way over to the garage, and then even have like a pathway towards my office. Now, again, that's another thing that we're going to wait until it's cooler. Jason was putting these up earlier in the season when it was even cooler now, and it was just way too hot for him to work. So that's going to come with time. But in the meantime, we have this beautiful wood burning tub that is just so, like, I know this is going to sound funny. It's just so aesthetic. You know what I mean? Like, it just looks like something out of like an Instagram post or a Pinterest post or something like that. I love it. I can't believe I have this in my garden. And so I was talking a little bit about staining the wood. This is cedar, staining the wood, and I've actually decided not to stain the wood. I was talking to Craig about it, and he said that it will fade to this really pretty silvery color, and he said, like, I would not be disappointed with it. And I've looked at the pictures of other ones, and I totally agree. So I'm actually not going to stain the wood, which is crazy. Just kind of leave it all completely natural. If it gets to the point that I want more of this natural looking cedar color, all I have to do is sand it. So a lot of questions I get asked about this wood fired hot tub is like, what chemicals do you use in it? How do you keep it clean? Well, you don't use chemicals in it. That's what's amazing about it. It's just all natural water. And then to clean it, you just drain it, kind of, rinse it out, and then you just refill it. And when I drain it, I left the drain pipe out over here. When I drain it, I just water my, my sumerific hibiscus over here, which is actually blooming. Look at how beautiful. This is ballet slippers, sumerific hibiscus. I just watered these here, which is perfect because these guys like a ton of water. This is the drain pipe right there. And so, yeah, so you don't need any chemicals, which is great. There is a cover. I'll show you a picture of it with the cover on right now that we do use all the time just to make sure that no bugs or anything get in there. If bugs are getting in there, Craig from Goodland says that you can use, hydrogen peroxide, which is a more natural version of chlorine if you absolutely want to, but you don't have to. You can just kind of keep it clean and keep it covered when you're not using it, and then just fill it up like this. And I just love it. I'm just super happy with it. And my girls love it too. So today what Jason and I wanted to work on is kind of just decorating around this area. Now that we have the screen all set up, we have the hot tub all set up, we have the beautiful hanging baskets that I am absolutely obsessed with all up. This is a Catch a Wave Mangave and Dichondra Silver Falls. I'm obsessed with these baskets. Now that we have it all set up, I want to decorate around it. And my plan for decorating around it is just to have a bunch of beautiful terracotta pots, maybe some black ones thrown in, and just kind of have like a whole collection of pots. Now we are kind of limited on this side right here because we do need another row of pavers. And I definitely want to put some pots kind of all around this area to kind of soften the edge of the screen. Maybe I'll try and like level them. I don't know. I'm not going to put too much work into it because we are going to put more pavers down, but I at least want to get some really pretty pots around. I have some terracotta ones that I got from the plant barn when I went shopping with Robbie up in Chico. I have some purple fountain grasses. It's going to be beautiful. So let's get started. Okay, and we are done. We even cleaned up. We sprayed off all the pavers, and I am so loving this. So we've got all these pots planted up and put in the right spot. It took me a while to figure out exactly how I wanted it. I did put this Kiss Me Kate rose way back here that I think I'm gonna train up there. I think that that will be beautiful. That Kiss Me Kate rose has been in too much shade and it's been struggling kind of a little bit, so I think it'll be a lot happier there. Then we have this big pot right here with the purple fountain grass, and then another purple fountain grass over here. And I can already feel what you all want to say to me. That's gonna get too big. Yes, I totally know it, but this is only gonna be here for the fall. And then once it kind of dies off, I'll plant the purple fountain grass out into the garden, and then I'll put some fall winter interest or something like that. So this is only temporary. Don't worry, I'm not gonna leave it in like I've left my topiaries in my other pot. But I just think it looks so pretty right now. I have another pot of pink geraniums. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of those. This pot right here, this is fun. This is a jacaranda tree that I got from my friend Deb, who lives down in San Diego. I did a garden tour in her garden, and she gave me a cutting of a jacaranda tree, and I had to go on an airplane, so she just gave me a baby cutting. So for now, I'm gonna just put it in the pot, and then as it grows, I will eventually plant it out. I'm so sad because she did have one really big one to give me, but I just couldn't take it home. So hopefully she'll come up and visit someday and be able to bring it to me. So then over here, this pot is just Mystic Spire's blue salvia. Needs to be cut back. Don't look too close at that. Another citrus tree that was the one, I mean, long story short, it was my neighbors at my old house who passed away. I inherited it. It was a citrus or a lemon that she had been kind of babying because it wasn't doing so well. So it's looking better. It's handling itself really well. I would say the one thing that I am wanting now in this spot is right here, right at the edge of this beautiful screen, is a tree. And I don't know what kind of tree yet. I'm leaning towards like a crepe myrtle, but then I'm thinking about the mess that's going to be in the hot tub if I plant a crepe myrtle there, because crepe myrtles are kind of messy. So I don't know. Like I said, we still have to do another row of the patio, but I think just right past the screen, I'm going to leave a little space to plant a tree because I think that that will look so good. So I am so happy with this. I think it looks so beautiful. We have been using this all the time, and I know we're going to use it even more now that it's all decorated like this. Oh, it just looks so good. So a huge thank you to Matt for getting this screen done. It is beautiful. He and Michael Glassman are actually going into business together because he's done such a great job with all of Michael Glassman's work that Michael Glassman's going to design some things for him. And so hopefully they'll get that up and running soon. I know they have some really cool products that I'm really excited to try. So I'll put his contact information if you live locally in the description down below. And then another huge thank you to Goodland for taking a chance on me and letting me play with your beautiful wood-fired hot tub. I love it. I'll put that information in the description down below as well. So I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.